Hi, welcome to presentation about ACAPS, an application tool that is developed to simplify the development of online application forms. It doesn't have to be online applications, but in this context it is about online application forms, where the tool itself will design the concerned database for the application, while the user is engaged in designing the application for as a web form. I'll just try to walk you through the whole business context so that it will give you a relevance to the business context, and as well as how this tool is helpful and useful to any organization. And in this case it's about Telangana state government. So I'm just going into this today's state, how it is at this moment. So here I have this other web application that I have already started here. This is the Telangana state portal today, and of course even before this, this one has Andhra state portal. It used to be like AP online. So after the division, if we see, the government has got several different hierarchical pyramid structure, similar to the way what is appearing here in the Batakamma symbol, the same one. Similarly, at the top there will be government, and there will be sections, subsections, divisions, officials, everybody, till that the pyramid structure will always be there for any government, and in this case the same is true for Telangana state government. So what happens now, the government has got the officials, all this governor, chief minister and all, which is at the top of the hierarchy, and then there goes the pyramid, expands and goes to the point like the least, and then at the bottom of it there is a citizen who will be receiving all the services from this hierarchy. So here there is a legislative and there is a judiciary, there is department, all these things come under that same pyramid structure as an umbrella. So if we see, if we go to this say agriculture, the departments wise how government organization operates, again the pyramid, when it goes to the lower levels, it has got like agriculture, cooperation, housing, public enterprise, like this, like 30-40 different departments will be there, who those will be usually processing the whole information of the day-to-day connects. So let's get into one of this department here. Let's say here the agriculture department. So what we have here is, again there is a hierarchy here, the employees and all, and there will be so many at the bottom of the pyramid, where they will be dealing with the whole judiciary, processing system of the government. So when we come to the services, where this particular so all these services, how the government is made available to public. So let us say Me Seva services here. Suppose if we go to the Me Seva services, all its forms, application forms, Aadhaar application form, health call, everything is available in PDF format today. So once what the present practice, what I can see is, when you go to the Me Seva services, and if you go to the Me Seva online, there also you have a lot of forms that you need to fill in, and those forms are in the PDF format. Here I have already opened it. See here we have got Aadhaar, there is a form, Arogyasri, there is a form, agriculture, there is a form, but at the end all these forms turns out to be a PDF document. When I download it, it just gives me a PDF format like this, and this PDF format the person has to fill in and then come back to the place and then fill it into the Me Seva, and that's how it goes. So similarly, all departments of these things will always have some sort of application forms. So those they process. Now the major challenge here is processing those application forms, and at the same time tracking the status of those application forms. So first part is processing the both of them requires, if we want to have an IT, both of them requires huge effort, humongous effort, years together. You have to put each one to make it more online, and it's going to take a lot of time for development. So how do we simplify this? Say for example, in this case, if I take one of this application form, the structure of this application form is different from the other application form which I may take, like this other one, MeSeva for employees. If I open this form, so this form has got a different structure. So every one of it has got its own different data structures and everything. So how do we simplify? How do we make this online? How do we make this interactable, and at the same time it's robust in its business rules and all those things? So how to make this in and all these things are possible when you use ACAPS. So what ACAPS does is, using ACAPS I can claim, I mean, if we want to put every one of those applications online, and by department wise if we want to process them, all these things can be done in less than 3 months time. That's about 90 days time. Every entire Telangana operations can be made online without much effort, a lot of humongous effort. So I'll just try to take you walk you through the way how it works inside ACAPS, so that now we have understood the structure of the government and what is going to happen there, and what exactly how the IT structure need to be. Now I am getting into ACAPS, how the real time is going to be representing inside ACAPS, and how this is useful to the context of making the entire governance online without, and administration as well online without and avoid using paper there. So here I am going to as a startup, what I would say, I'll just use this if my voice is not clear, I just would like to use this notepad here to just give you a context. So what it is this particular ACAPS has got four different types of users here. So what are those? Number one, admin, who is the super user, super user, who will have the whole control of the whole thing. Now next one is business unit with head, and this one is the super user. Now third one is business unit member. So he is like a official member. Now the fourth one is citizen, or citizen. In this case it's a citizen. So these are the four different types of users who will be using this particular application. So what I would say first is, I'll just take you through admin level. Usually that's a complete technical thing. So here what happens is that this is the landing page. This page can be customized, and this is, say here, the instead of main, this could be a state government of Telangana name, and here instead of business owner 1 and National Bank 1, these two are the business units of state government of Telangana. Similar to this what is this called, here we have departments and all, right? Similarly there will be a state government of Telangana, and then its departments, all those things will come there. So that's how it goes there. So each department can have any number of navigations and all. Each one can have its own navigation. They can design on their own. And then what will happen there, and here what I'll do, I'll just first take you into this admin. So admin will have lot many details here. Some of these things are not relevant to this purpose, because this is a demo version, whereas this news and those things also can be added and can be customized to display on the web form itself. Now here these are the, if you see this is a business owner 1, National Bank, and National Bank member, who is not actually a member, but it's a member of National Bank, and Now Bharat is the third one. Now if we see at the outside, we could only see two of the units. One is business owner 1, the second one is National Bank. But when we get into inside, we have been seeing 4 there, right? Oh sorry, here we are going into something else. admin. See here we have 4 there, and this one is not supposed to be displaying here, and this Navbharat and National Bank and Business Owner, we got 3 business units actually, and these 3 business units are supposed to be having 3 different, we should be able to see 3 there under main, but we were not seeing Navbharat. The reason for that is Navbharat has not created its own navigation bar. That's the reason why it's not showing, but 2 of them have created them. So everything is automated there. So now let us say I'll just try to the business user here is we can remove this, we can customize to not to have this, and it can be only registered by admin from inside, whereas we have provided this one here for a public demo purpose. So here the business unit, like now what we have here, the business owner 1 and National Bank, similar using this form, both of those things were registered as business units. Now I'm just getting into National Bank, and in this case National Bank, let us assume that it is one of the department, maybe it's an agriculture department, or it is an Aadhaar card in a municipal department, or it could be anything. So this particular bank has got its own applications, right? Address proof form, internet banking request, of course. So there are different forms. Now what we do here is, all that we need to do when we create a new form, we have to just get inside and then create the form. I'm just showing you one of that form, how it would be. And it is taking rounds, and now here is the layout. Sorry, it's my picture only, and I'm just using it. And here is the address one, communication, like this. None of these things, we have not changed anything. The process step 1, I'll just explain you about this process step in just a minute of time. So everything will be available here only. Now what if I need to add a new application, all that I have to do is come here and create a new application. In this case I was just looking at one of that application that I downloaded just now. Let's say MiSeva employee application, and I'm just opening it. Now in this case what happens, there's an employee code and all these things, right? All these things we can just create the way how we want, the whole application, every one of this, with including this logo, we can put it inside this here itself. One in the list in the application here, we can define every one of that element, and then all that elements will be available for edit purpose, and they can fill in. Once the application form is similar to this application form when we define, now this application form will go through the cycles of like one employee, and then he does something process on this, and then it goes to the higher ups, all those things. All those steps can be defined here. Step 1, which employee should be dealing with that, and step 2, which employee, step 2 responsible member, who is going to be the responsible for step 2, like this. And also what will happen, there are sections in this, and each form will have a public section where the public will fill in the information, and the private section where the private officials will deal with this. And also here we can put some more steps there where to define the process of that step, process step 1 and step 2. All these things are completely online. And then suppose if I click on this, if we see there is a private section, public section, I just click on it and give some name here, and then it will add to that. So it just goes, keep on going like that. And whatever we put here, everything is and also there is one more feature available. Once these process steps are defined, the process step in this case, what I did, responsible user value I have put as a number, and if you see assign, Assignment means once a process step is defined to one employee and that employee he just wants to hand it over to somebody. It's not about step change, it's about handing out over. Now he is not going to work on that, he wants to just transfer it to some other employee. Then that assignment he can do it. Once he transfers it, now he will not be able to operate on that application form. And also once the application form process is complete and it is closed, it cannot be, the data cannot be touched by anybody. And all this information, the images can be stored, and those images will be made available into application form, and the data can be exported, the entire data, and interfaces can be built to go send it to other application, enterprise wide applications. See, the whole data is inside. It will manage itself. This database, none of this database will be created by any of the user of this. Entire thing will be created by application itself. Whatever we do in this, whatever may be the complexity of its structure, everything is possible there. And the way how it goes is, say for example, one single person will have a name, last name, first name, and he may have multiple addresses, and each address can have its own telephone numbers. I may have some telephone number in Hyderabad address, I may have some other telephone number in Nalgonda address. So all those details can to any data structure. None of these things you don't need to get into database and create, and even the process steps you don't need to. And another very strong feature of this one is, if you see this here, from this interface and nowhere else, from this interface I can put this specific what is this called, jQuery and JavaScripts I can write from here itself, and that one will operate. In this case I'll just show you its behavior, how it goes once I draw this layout again. Now here it is, and I have written JavaScript. When I click on this field, it should show me a pop-up. You see there, ASDAS. It's a. I click again. Now again. Now I just click it, don't pop it up. That's the reason why it is not doing that. Now that's how it works. Now the entire complete coding jQuery JavaScript can be done from here. And also there is another thing called classes, CSS style sheets. We can also do them from here if we want to have. And this particular application form can make the entire every office across state government, every place, every application form can be made online in 90 days, and also the process can be made automated completely, and no need to even look into any sort of development from inside. And if at all any complex coding business rules need to be defined, then the coding part and the business rules definition part will come. So that's the beauty of this tool. So, and on top of it, I'll just try to get into some one of the application. This guy app owner 1 is a citizen, so when he goes in there, he can look at his applications and he can review it, and he can even put the whole see, this is just a sample here, and he can take printout after the filling the application, and he can sign it, and then he can submit it. This tabular form comes in case when it is a multiple record. otherwise it will just come like this. It's a single record means, and everything is possible in this, nothing is impossible. And this is what I am offering. We can just submit the application from here. The customer can submit his application online, and then the process can start there. So this is what it is in a brief, and it's about 20 minutes of time. And this particular one today, whatever we have, all these application, the complex processes that we have been struggling to make them online and provide better services. See the state services, and then state department, and then each department will have its own application forms, and those application forms will have its own structure. Every one of it can be brought into one single platform with the whole information. Of course they can have multiple instances installed and then they can do it, but thing is today whatever we have, this whole application form in PDF format, every one of them can become web forms without any coding. Everything is automated. So this is what it is, and thanks for your time for watching this video, and I am looking forward to present this application in person, and also would like to offer this for the use of state government. And initially if I can get the opportunity of implementing it for state government, that would be very helpful. Thank you again.